Who are you?
Hi. I need to cough now too because you're coughing.
You know.
Sorry. Hello everybody.
You need to talk like this.
I'm gonna talk like Leah. Hello everybody. My acne story. Hi, I'm Sarah from the Sara channel, and it's in Korean but with English subtitles.
Where in Australia are you from?
Brisbane, Queensland. I like to send Leah pictures of palm trees just to annoy her sometimes.
That always works.
Sorry.
She was telling me that she had really bad acne in high school, was it?
Yeah, high school.
Like, she has such good skin now, and I couldn't believe it.
At the time in high school, it was, definitely cystic, like 16th century style boils on my nose. It's disgusting, I know, I'm sorry. If you're eating, please stop. I would get kind of pimples around here and there, but I would get boils on my nose. I would get one up on one side and they would take like 1 or 2 weeks to like come up, and they would be really red and really big, like proper 3D, and then it would go down and then one would come up on the other side, and they would just alternate like this for like, I think it was a couple of years. It was a while.
So what have you tried?
So mum and I, we went to a couple of different dermatologists, and they'd be like, use this face wash or use that face wash skin, but it did nothing. The second dermatologist I went to, he was like, here, take this pill. And it turned out it was doxycycline, which, as far as I can understand, it basically stops your body producing oil, which he didn't tell me. And so for a while you're like, oh, my skin's looking good. But it turned it to paper thin.
Oh my god.
It got to the point where then I had to wax, and it ripped off the first, like, the top layers of skin.
No way!
And you're not supposed to go out in the sun too much because it makes it really sensitive. And he had told me that, but he didn't mention about waxing. And so I went back to the dermatologist and I said, well, you didn't... yeah, you didn't tell me this. And he was like, you should know that you can't do that. And I'm like, I'm 15, how do I know what this, like, that's a side effect? Okay, well, if that's turning my skin to paper, what's it doing to my internal organs? And
I know.
Good. And it wasn't curing it either. It was just kind of like stopping it a little bit, and it was
like
coming
masking
back.
the problem.
Yeah,
basically.
not fixing it. I never did Roaccutane and stuff. I'd never heard good things about it, so I never got that far. But I did all the, what is it, like Clearasil, and none of them had worked because they just sort of dry you out, and then I think your body just makes more oil. That's kind of the stuff I had tried first that didn't work.
Leading to what worked for you.
Yes, ebook. I bought this ebook.
Right.
And it was about diet. It was like, try cutting out dairy and sugar. Yeah, I sort of dabbled with that a bit, but I wasn't doing it properly in hindsight enough.
Yeah, because you were young as well.
Yeah, it sort of worked to an extent, but I definitely should have done it properly. But it got to the point where she was like, look, I think maybe we should go to the doctor and talk about going on the pill, because there are certain pills that are better for your skin. So we went to the doctor, and she recommended Dyalla 35, I think it is, and the change was like insane. My skin started getting better, and the things stopped appearing slowly. Right. I would still get pimples and those kind of ones when I would eat really bad. For me, the food things, sugar and dairy and chocolate, I just like stay away from. And also I don't drink alcohol, which plays out on a lot of people's skin, and so
till this date, like, you're very careful about what you eat.
Yeah.
Right? So I saw her Facebook pictures, and then she really had major breakouts that would probably leave indented, like, ice pick scarring.
Yeah.
You don't really have any kind of textural issues at all. So what did you do?
What did you do? Even when my skin was terrible and red and inflamed, I never covered it with makeup. And particularly because I would get those like open wounds, like, because it wasn't just like a pimple where it's one point, it was like quite big open area. I didn't want to put makeup in because those particles are going. When we would get cuts and scratches as kids, mum would be like, clean it out, like, because you know, she's a nurse. What I actually came across among the things I tried was medicated honey. So the medicated version was the honey they had taken and they had just added some more stuff to it.
Right, so is it available in pharmacies then?
I always got it from Chemist Warehouse because it's cheaper.
I know that.
Discount. I would literally just like slather it on, like, and go to bed, and the next day I would be so surprised at how much it had healed. It was always like a before and after, like, and I would do my best like not to touch it. Like there was some point where I'd like just like go to bed and I'd put like cotton gloves on so I didn't like pick at my face. Yeah, this took me a few years to get to that point though, but I had to really try and be like, stop touching your face. Yeah.
What about with your own skincare routine when you were suffering with acne? Did you ever try to go to chemist warehouse to buy more things?
Yeah, for sure. Like, because you want to use more, and luckily my mum was always like, don't use too much. Mum has this saying, KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid. And
I love it.
Like less is more. And the mum's a nurse, but she likes to avoid going onto medication if you can. Yeah. Like if there's another way, she tries to find that first. And so yeah, I did all the Clearasil and stuff, and she's like, yeah, that's, and we tried it, and she was like, nope.
A couple of you guys actually emailed me and messaged me saying that you feel so insecure because you have acne. You don't want to go out. You don't want to even, date a person because you think that you have such bad skin. You feel unworthy to be loved, which is really sad. And so we wanted to share our experience, what we have gone through. I never really had like really major cystic acne like what you had before, but I still had kind of like mild to moderate, and I've been struggling with it for about 4 to 5 years, and all the way up to probably last year. I was on YouTube at the same time as well, doing makeup tutorials, reviewing skincare products, and I think occasionally I got like pretty hurtful comments regarding my skin as well, because like you're trying to promote this foundation, you're trying to promote the skincare product, and then if you don't have like good skin, like people wouldn't really buy into it. I think that kind of trapped me into a really bad place. I would always go to buy like the most pigmented foundation so that I can hide and probably mask everything. I would wear heavy eye makeup just to distract the attention away from my skin.
Oh wow,
like smoky eyes.
I think I did that at some point too,
So I would at least make a BB cushion or a foundation just to go to a supermarket, just to buy something, So it was that bad. Like I was addicted to covering up, and it wasn't really helping with my skin either. Whenever I needed to attend like offline events, whenever I needed to meet like my followers offline, I would feel very, very nervous being open to public, and then you don't necessarily have a desirable skin, and like everyone's commenting about it, and you get more conscious about it. Did it affect you in any way? That was when you're going through puberty.
Yeah, where I live is a lot more relaxed. Like in Korea, there's a lot more
like higher standards
for beauty, a lot more importance put on looking a certain way. And obviously I didn't love it, and like I said, there were a couple of days where I actually said, Mum, can I stay home from school, because it was on my nose, and like I've never placed my value in how I look, because I didn't look good, so there was no value to place anyway, you know what I mean? So I was like, but that's okay. I was like, I like doing art and I like making films, and I was like, the takeaway message is that no one cares. No one cares, only you do.
Effect. Once I came across a comment saying that there was one girl like who would sleep over at her boyfriend's place, and then she would wake up way earlier to put a layer of foundation. No. And I think that totally happens. Like that happens to a lot of people.
And there's a lot of pressure put on girls to look good all the time.
Yeah.
Again, I can't talk for everyone, but the guys I know honestly don't care.
Yeah.
Like, and I know so many guys that are like, I would rather you wear less makeup. And if he does care, not a great guy. Sometimes when you're insecure, you project your insecurity onto other people, so you're like, I don't like the way I look, so they mustn't like the way I look. But that's very rarely the case.
I have a couple of friends who have not necessarily the ideal flawless skin. Like there are certain people who has the best smile ever, and then like all you see is their smile and their image and like their positivity that shines through her personality or his personality, not about her skin or what her skin texture is.
Yep. If you start to be like, I'm worth, I have value in other areas, I have a great smile, or I'm really good at this, or I'm really good at that. People that are passionate, that have hobbies, that have interesting stories to tell, they're the people I want to be around, and that makes them physically more attractive.
And that's what you remember from that person. It's not about their appearance or what they actually wore that day. It's
build yourself up in other areas, because if your whole self-worth is in your looks, because we're all going to get old and wrinkly, so be confident in other areas.
The thing that I want to talk about is like letting go of the obsession with collecting makeup, relying on makeup and skincare as well. I know how desperate you are, and I really understand, because I was in that specific place, trying to add more skincare products just to treat my skin. But what I didn't realize was that like, does my skin really need it? Is that the healthiest way that you can treat your skin? The one thing that a lot of people overlook is that your skin itself is going to be an indicator of whatever goes inside your body. And I think a lot of people do not realize how important it is to fuel and like nourish your body and like treat your body first, and having a healthy relationship with your own self. And another tip that I think I can give you is focus on the why power rather than willpower. I learned this lesson in a very hard way when I was struggling to lose weight. So I gained 10 kg in such a short period of time, and I tried to lose it for over a year. Like during that full year, I tried everything, like the trending diet, starvation diet, like and meal replacement, like protein shakes. I would go to the gym, but like it was by my willpower that didn't really last a very long time. So going to a gym was more like a task. When I actually shifted that perspective to the why power, this is the body that I will have for the next 60 years or so. So I want to look after myself. I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be healthy. I want to learn more about what I eat, what nutrients that I can feed my body. I tried to go to the gym more regularly, and it wasn't more of a stress, but it was more like a joy and then more like a self-care, a little me time that completely changed my body, I guess. My weight.
That little perspective switch.
You want to nourish your skin, you want to nourish your body first, and that should be the why. And like the clear skin is going to be the added benefit of looking after yourself. You're fundamentally fixing the problem.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why like a lot of the topical creams and stuff, they might help reduce when you have acne, but it's not going to stop it coming up. It's going to keep coming. What it says, it's a treatment, it's not a cure. It's like people think, oh, you must have such good willpower to eat so well, and it's like, no, but it's just I have so much more to gain from eating well than I have to gain from eating bad.
And once you kind of deplete all the willpower that you had, what happens is you binge eat. You fall into all of these like compulsive behaviors that we're talking about, like the squeezing and like
I did that.
Pressing the skin like so hard to the point where you hate yourself and you would feel miserable again.
And then you'd be like, why did I do that? But then the next night, do the same thing. I moved the mirror. I had it in my bedside table drawer and I took it out and I put it somewhere else. I remember in high school I had a friend and she could eat a whole block of chocolate and she had perfect skin, and I was so envious of that. She can eat all this and she's fine, and I have to eat healthy. I'm like, that was such a good blessing because I eat so much healthier now because it appears on my skin instantly, whereas for her it doesn't, but it's probably all damaging inside.
Since I did have acne, since I did struggle with bad skin, that kind of made me research more about the skin biology and the ingredients and how this like skincare things work. That developed into passion, and that developed into why I do what I do right now, like to you guys.
As much as it sucks having bad skin, because it does, the positive side is that if you take it seriously and you start to look into it, it does make you a healthier person.
Your skin is more intuitive.
Intuitive Skin. That's the name of my skincare brand coming soon. Intuitive Skin by Sara V. Don't sue me, Sara V.
But there are certain parents or your family members or your close friends who cares about you. My mom was really, really worried, and she would naturally come off as that kind of judgmental comments that she would just drop off subconsciously. Just really damaged my soul and like made me more insecure, because that's a person who really loves me, that's a person who cares about me, and whatever comment they make, it really matters to me. And to speak up to your parents to stop it, because that's not going to give you a healthy environment for you to actually go out of your way to treat your body, to treat your skin or whatever. Even last week, like I have no problem with my skin at all at the moment. But my mom was saying, oh, you have like one pimple there. And I'm like, I didn't even realize that. The moment I heard that, I ran into the bathroom to look at the mirror. And then you realize you have such things, and you get trapped into that dark hole again, saying that, oh my god, like I need to do something about this.
For me, my mum is the most loving woman in the world. But sometimes she would say things from a caring place, because you know you're very sensitive about it, so it would still upset me. Like she'd be like, oh, like what's that going on today? And I'd be like, don't talk to me, I didn't put it there. And it's like I would always take it in the worst way, because you know you're looking at it
very vulnerable.
And so I had to say to her, I'm like, oh look mum, can we not talk about this, because I'm doing my best and I don't know like what else to do, so can we just not mention it? And then also my other advice is, and this is hard, but do your best to laugh it off, because it will pass eventually. My brother used to bring me a cheese grater. He used to walk up to me with a cheese grater and be like, here you go Sarah, you can fix it. I knew that he was joking, even though I didn't love it. If you're watching. I like could laugh it off. You also have to think that most people aren't trying to make you upset. It's just people do it unintentionally sometimes. Hopefully this video has given you guys some tips that you can try. And inspiration.
It's just a little tiny perspective switch.
Yes. You can't always change what your skin looks like, but you can change how you view it.
Oh, that's well said.
Put that on a cushion. Just embroider that in.
Thank you so much for sharing and opening up your very, very personal side. Like, this is not something that you would see on her channel.
No, never.
So I'm very, very honored to kind
you're the only person who has got like no one gets any personal stories out of me ever.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Support her YouTube channel and I'll link all of her social media links down below in the description box, so check it out. Stay healthy and happy and eat more vegetables.
That's a t-shirt.
Leah said so.
Leah said so. Leah said I had to eat more vegetables.
Okay, we'll see you guys soon. Bye!
Bye!